Today's transformation truth is purpose. And I still remember when I discovered my purpose. I was sitting in a seminar many years ago in which the speaker was actually teaching us how to write our purpose statement. And I had to do a lot of thinking. It actually took me 8 hours. 8 hours of just asking myself enough questions to try to figure out what it was my purpose in life. But the problem is this. Most of us are living in a life that we're just getting by. We don't really spend time creating a purpose. In fact, sometimes it seems like we spend more time planning a trip or perhaps, deciding what to wear than we do about planning our lives. And there was a famous author that wrote an international best-selling book named Rick Warren, and his book was A Purpose-Driven Life. And that book just created an awareness to let people know that all of us are destined to create our own purpose and that our lives can be anything we want to if we just make an effort to it. But there's no way that you can shift that paradigm unless you know why you're here and that the direction that you want to take into your life is all up to you. And it takes a little bit of effort, but it's worth it because you know what? There's no one else like you in the world, right? Even if you're identical twins, you know that there's differences about you. But you are the one that has to make the effort to do it. Now, there's a famous statement that says, if you don't have a purpose, you perish. Well, I've learned that to be true. I noticed that if you don't have a purpose in life right now, you're just getting by. In fact, you don't even have a direction where you want to go to. So what happens is you find yourself spinning out of control and frustrated because your life has no meaning. Sometimes you graduate from high school and you find that 20 years went by and you're still just as lost as you were when you graduated from high school. But what I want to do right now is I want to share with you some of the simple techniques that I have used to make sure that I maintain my life of purpose. And purpose is very critical because a purpose should align with your values. And when you have a congruent life with your purpose and values, then you have the life you always dreamed about. So let me share with you 3 things at least that you can start doing right away that can make all the difference in the world. The first thing is make a list of everything you are naturally good at. You see, I have found that one of the ways you can discover your purpose is to pay attention what you're naturally good at. In my life, I've always had people that told me that you are so great with people, or you're so genuine, or you're so helpful to people, or you're always thinking about the other person. Well, I knew in my life, I had to be in a life of service. I know that that's what I wake up every day thinking about. I know that all I want to do right now is contribute at a high level to be able to help everyone that I can. And by helping everyone that I can, guess who I'm helping? Myself. Because really, the more you do for others, the more that you really help yourself. So I want to make sure that you write down all the things that people have complimented you on. You're a good artist, you're a good listener, you're fantastic in sports, or you're a very good business person, or you're very good at creating deals or attracting businesses to come to you and then be able to give you money so then you can grow your companies. Whatever that is, I want you to write it down because that's where you're going to find some hints about what your purpose should be. The second thing is make a list of everyone you admire. See, I have found that one of the best ways to discover your purpose is to take a look at people out there that you admire. What is it that you see in them? Because I can tell you what it is right now. I bet you're seeing yourself in them. I still remember when I met one of my mentors and I saw myself in him public speaking in front of thousands of people. And I knew I was very young at the time. I've never spoken in front of a crowd. But 3 months later, I got my first opportunity to speak to 50 people. I was so nervous. I even wrote it all down the night before and I was just rehearsing. And then my mentor said, why did you feel you have to do that? Just be yourself and share with them what you already know because that's all they want. So make sure you know that anyone out there that you admire is somebody that probably has a hint of what your purpose should be. The third thing is notice what you do that brings you joy in your heart. See, I have found that when I'm on purpose, I'm happy. I'm full of energy. When I'm out of purpose, then I find out that I'm not happy, that I don't have any energy. So if you start finding things that you do that makes you joy, things that actually make you forget about time, those are the things that you should be doing as your purpose. So there's 3 things that I want you to do right now that's going to make all the difference of you being able to live a life with purpose. The first one is make a list of everything you're naturally good at and make sure that you put as many things as you can. The second one is make a list of everyone you admire, because if you admire them, you must be seeing yourself in them in some way. And the third thing is notice what you do that brings you joy in your heart. You see, when you love something, that should be a sign that that should be your purpose. If you do these three things, now you live your transformational truth purpose.